Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This one is a 2023 ranking video. I haven't gotten there yet. It's, we're only 3 weeks into the month, into the new year, and I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm not that far behind, but still, this is something I do like to try to get out the first or second week, but still, it's all right. So at the time that this video is being made, I think I've seen 106, 108 movies that came out in 2023. So I feel like I've gotten a good amount of movies in. Over 100 is usually my goal. It can be really hard to see movies, the limited release ones and such like that. It can be harder to see those movies. Since I've moved to where I'm at, I've been able to see a little bit more. So I feel like I've done better than a lot of years, but at the same time, I was also working a bunch and such like that. Chester is in my life and such like that. So I did the best I could with the amount of time that I had. So let's start talking about movies that I hated this year, starting with Wonka. Now, I'm going to say this. This is an honorable mention. I know a lot of people are really enjoying this movie. This movie just hit over $500 million on a $100 million budget. That's great. I did not like this movie at all. I know some people are really liking it. Some people find it wonderful and adorable and blah, 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 blah. I found this movie to be depressing. The music in it was absolutely terrible. I thought the characters were annoying. I don't know what Keegan-Michael Key is doing in this movie. This stupid chocolate gangsters, really? That's a thing? I love this director. I love the two Paddington movies. I just don't think his style worked for this movie, though. It felt really weird, especially since they are referencing the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They're singing, "Come with me," or, the what is it called? The Imagination? I don't know. Anyways, the point is, they're referencing the original. I just didn't love this movie. Again, honorable mention. It just barely missed out on the top 10 for me. Next up, 80 for Brady. Movie came out almost a year ago now. This movie is really kind of harmless. It's really dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It is semi-based on a true story, but there's a lot of stupid stuff in the middle of this movie that are just so dumb, so unrealistic, and these ladies can just do so much more. So again, this is not quite in my top 10. This is an honorable mention, I guess you'd call it. I also want to say this too. People work hard to make movies. I know how hard it is to make a movie. So I almost hate trashing bad movies. And I'm not trying to trash bad movies necessarily. All these movies have something positive about it. Wonka, it did have imagination in it. And I did enjoy the imagination of it. 80 for Brady did have some comedy moments that did work for me. So I'm not completely trashing these movies. I'm just saying these are the worst movies I saw this year that I will not recommend anyone ever see. My personal opinion, I know people like Wonka. I know I went and saw this. There was a bunch of elderly people in the theater with me that day. They were having a blast. Great. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm glad that these movies were made for people and people are enjoying it. I personally just did not. So again, honorable mention, I don't know what you want to call it. Another dishonorable mention here was Ghosted. I love Ana de Armas. I love Chris Evans. This movie is just so bland and forgettable. I forgot so much of what happened in this movie, and it came out, I think it was, April 21st, this movie came out. It was almost a year ago at this point, but it still wasn't that long ago, and I don't remember much about it. I think Ryan Reynolds made a cameo or something, and there was a really bad CGI end thing that happened towards the end of the movie, and it was just so dumb and predictable, and you knew everything was going to happen with this movie, and it was just blah. And it wasn't funny. I wanted it to be funny. So yes, that's my last honorable mention, I believe. So hold on one second here. Yes. Okay, so we are on our 10th worst movie of the year. And we're going to start with The Meg 2. I liked the first Meg, actually, a lot. I think, what was that, 2018? I think I saw this movie 4 or 5 times in theaters. The time that it came out, there wasn't that many movies coming out. And so I went and saw this movie a couple times because I was enjoying it. It was from the director of National Treasure, so it was just a dumb, fun popcorn movie with sharks in it. That was awesome. This movie just got really, really stupid. The trailer showed us dinosaurs. That's literally like the first 2 minutes of this movie. I think it would have been more fun if the Meg was fighting dinosaurs and Jason Statham was there. I don't know. This movie was just really stupid. Stupid characters, really stupid things that happen. They go all the way to the bajillion miles under the sea, and they're just like, it just made no sense. And Jason Statham, sorry, I don't believe that you could fight this shark like this. And it just, the way the things are done and how it went down, it was just absolutely terrible. I found this movie boring. I found this movie way too long. The humor was stupid. It's just not a good movie. Just a terrible, awful movie, in my personal opinion. So yeah, that's number 10 for me. At the end of the day, again, I forgot to say my positive for Ghosted. Ghosted I felt Chris Evans and Ana Armas had some chemistry. It wasn't a lot, but there was some chemistry moments that did work. I do want to say some positives for all this movie. The Meg did have some good visual effects, in my opinion, some crappy visual effects, but some good ones. And the idea of Jason Statham fighting a shark is fun. But that was the first one for me, not this one. Next up, Hypnotic. I have no clue why Ben Affleck decided to do this movie. Again, this movie I don't remember anything about. This movie did not come out that long ago either. It was May 12th. I remember it was confusing. It didn't make any sense. It just ended really weird. And, you know, it's a Robert Rodriguez film. It just felt like Spy Kids, but it was an R-rated version of it, I remember, and it's just dumb. And it was also trying to be Inception in moments, and I just remember, I think I had hair in my mouth. I just remember hating this movie so much. I just found it so boring, so bland, so nothing. Again, Chester's chewing on his toys. He's having issues with toys lately, and he just wants to constantly bite at them, and he's a chewer. He likes to chew on toys, thank God, not shoes or anything like that. But anyway, so yeah, I don't remember much about this movie at all. I just remember really not liking it, really thinking it was boring, and really thinking to myself, why is Ben Affleck doing this frickin' movie? Especially since Air literally had came out like a month beforehand. Crazy. So yeah, just this movie is not good. Don't even try watching this one. It's just confusing. It doesn't make any sense or anything. It's so bad. Next up, Genie. This is a very recent movie I saw. Starring Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy frustrates me because she is, again, I keep forgetting to say positives. Positive about Hypnotic. There was some cool, interesting looking visual effects, and there was some decent-ish ideas that ended up just not going anywhere, but still decent ideas. Genie. Melissa McCarthy. I love her. She's great. She doesn't do good movies. Some of her comedic elements in this movie are great. And then there's just really dumb comedic elements that are not funny. And I don't know why she keeps doing these really crappy comedies. She is such a great dramatic actress. She was great in Bridesmaids. She was great in Spy. When she gets together with Paul Feig, she does great. Even Ghostbusters, it was a fine movie. It's not great. I don't love that movie, but she's good in it. You hearing this? God, sounds like a freaking pig. So yeah, you know, it's a fine movie, but she frustrates me. I just hate these really bad comedies that she does. I feel like every year one of her movies ends up in my top 10 worst, and it drives me nuts because I know she has talent. I know she is worthy. Yeah, she's been nominated for 2 Oscars at this point. She should not be making crappy movies like this with crappy Christmas stories that are just things we've seen 100,000 times before, just more boring. This movie's like an hour and a half long, and it felt like 3 hours long. It just went on, and it's not funny. So what's the point? Again, there are some moments that I really enjoyed with Melissa McCarthy, and she does have moments where she is doing some funny things. Next up, Nun 2. The Nun 1 was a movie I did not enjoy. I think it might have been in my worst of, I think that was 2018 as well. I can't remember for sure. I just remember going to the theater, and I brought in alcohol, was just getting plastered and just laughing at the first Nun. This movie, I had a couple drinks beforehand too, and I was laughing at it again, and it was even more boring. I think it's longer, even less scary, just really stupid. There is, like, a couple cool shots in this movie, I will say that. There are moments that are beautifully shot out that I really enjoyed. Yeah, it was just so annoying. And it could have been so much more with that nun character in The Conjuring 2 back in, what was that, 2016? I want to say 2016 or 2017. it could have been so much more, and instead it just ended up being this obnoxious, annoying thing that's just there, and it's not scary. The poster is scarier than the actual movie, and that's not what you want to see. Again, there is some love and care put into this. I'm not going to say it's a complete pile of trash, but it's not a good movie, and I just did not enjoy it, unfortunately. Oh, I'm skipping over. I apologize. Next up, we have Expend4Bells. Now, I'm going to call it Expend4Bells because that's how they marketed it. What can I say about this movie? You know, the idea of the Expendables is kind of fun. The idea that we have these 80s, 90s action stars coming together and fighting together is great. The idea of them being in front of green screens that you can tell they're on green screens in like a sound stage, that's not so great. There's a thing that happens towards the beginning of this movie I don't necessarily want to spoil in case you haven't seen this movie or want to watch this movie, that you just go, well, that actually, you know, there's going to be a twist, and it's going to be the last 5 minutes of the movie, and the twist 100% happened, and it's just so many different predictable things that happen throughout this movie that you're just like, and really Jason Statham became the main lead of this franchise, and he's not good at it. This is probably one of the worst Jason Statham performances I've ever seen. 2 movies with Jason Statham in my top 10 worst. Not good. What can I say about this movie? I would say some of the stars have chemistry, but at the same time, you can also tell that they're not in the same place at the same time for a lot of these scenes, because you can tell with the green screen, and it just looks so bad. So yeah, there's some fun ideas for action sequences, but they're not pulled off well. This movie just kind of felt lazy, and it felt way too late. The last Expendables movie came out in, 2017? It's been way too long. Just let it rest. 3 movies is good. A trilogy is great. And the last one didn't even make that much money, and Stallone blamed it on it being PG-13. Well, rated R, it did even worse, so that's got to tell you something. Next up, one you already saw. The Retirement Plan. I just watched this one recently. This movie was just an absolute mess. They're characters that are doing strange things that are edited really weird. The ending was just okay, I guess. Nicolas Cage is giving it his all. There is some great moment. He's doing a great job. Ron Perlman is doing, a great job in this. Ernie Hudson is doing a great job in this. At the end of the day, though, they're just given a really bad script, really bad, obnoxious situations that they're in and such like that, that just do not work out for me. I found it just to be a really annoying movie. The action sequences aren't done well. Literally, the only thing I can really say it's positive is the actors in this movie. And this is a movie I literally saw like a month, maybe 2 months ago. And again, I'm struggling to remember what happened. I remember there was something with a daughter, a granddaughter, and one of the bad guys was being, was kind of a good guy, and the daughter was helping him. I don't remember. Don't care. Point is, this movie's not good. What are we even at? I'm not even paying attention. I should. So let's go through it, shall we? Let's go back, because I need to remember. That's 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let's go like this. Okay. So the Meg is 10. Hypnotic 9. Genie 8. 7 is The Nun 2. 6, Expend4Bells. And 5 is Retirement Plan. We are on 4. Next up, Fool's Paradise, another movie I just watched recently. This movie is just really bad with the amount of stars in it. The writing is absolutely terrible. It's about a guy with, some disabilities, and it's kind of 100% made fun of, and it just kind of came off as a little insulting to me. I like Charlie Day. I wanted his directorial debut, and the movie, I think he wrote this movie entirely too. Maybe he had some other people help out with it, but it was just so poorly written, and it just felt like inside jokes for Hollywood that no one else would understand. So I guess maybe he made this movie just for his friends, the people that were in the movie, and they kind of just, it honestly felt a little bit like an Adam Sandler movie where we're going to go on vacation, we're just going to film it. This movie kind of felt like that. Like, hey guys, let's hang out for like a week and let's film it. That's what this movie felt like. It just did not feel cohesive. The editing was weird. Characters were just so dumb and stupid. And then just what they did with Charlie Day's character is just baffling to me. It was so weird, and I don't know. I wanted to say some of the jokes in this were funny. There was maybe a little bit of a chuckle in there. I don't remember, honestly. I think Charlie Day, has set up some decent shots here. Him and his cinematographer. That's about all I got. There's not a lot for me to talk about that is positive with this movie. I didn't think the premise was all that great. I struggled with this one. I like Charlie Day. I like the cast. I like the actors in it. I just don't like the movie they're in. That's the problem. So, my computer. I apologize. Next up, we have Slaughterhouse. I don't think I did a review for this one, but this is a movie. Maybe I did. I don't even remember because I forgot about this movie already. This movie is about a girl who finds a sloth and she brings it to her sorority, and it starts killing people. Sound like a dumb premise? Well, it's because it is. I know some people had fun with this movie and thought it was just a joy. This movie took like 3 days for me to watch, and it's only 80 minutes. Now he's chewing on a bone, which is a good thing. Chew on a bone. So yeah, I just found this movie really stupid, and it's so terribly written, so terribly acted. The sloth is cool, I will say that. It looked like it was like a computer kind of thing, like a robot sloth kind of looking thing. It looked cool. Boy, is this movie dumb. And I don't remember much about it. And, I mean, this almost could be maybe a movie that you have so much alcohol that you have a good time with it. I did not. I just do not see, any shape, way, or form that I would ever want to watch this movie again, even if I am extremely hammered or under the influence of anything. I just thought this was so stupid, so dumb, and not even the good kind of dumb, not even like Rubber dumb, if you've seen Rubber, the movie about a tire that goes killing people. True movie that happens. I think that was like 2011, 2012, something like that. Anyways, so yeah, this movie was just really stupid. If it sounds like a movie that you might enjoy, maybe try it out. It is really dumb. Yes, it's literally a sloth killing people. I just really, that's my number 3. It's not good. House Party, a movie that came out literally over a year ago now. I remember seeing this in a theater and saw it there was at least 10 people in there. No one was laughing. Quite a few people, I think, left the theater before the movie was even over. It is a remake. I have not seen the original. I will say that. I think the premise is slightly different, though. This one is they're at LeBron James' house, and they have a party at LeBron James' house, which is an interesting enough premise, I guess. I'm being positive. But it's just not a good movie. Movie. It wasn't funny. Very messy. Another sloppily. There was a lot of sloppily edited movies in 2023, in my opinion. It's just obnoxious. It's just obnoxious, annoying movie. Again, I kind of like the idea of the premise. There was some moments where I chuckled. I'm not even going to say I laughed. I chuckled. That's about it. That was all this movie was. So yeah, I did not enjoy House Party. That is my number 2, I believe. And number 1 is a movie I saw recently. It is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Dear God, this movie sucked. Winnie the Pooh is now public domain, and we're going to make a movie on it. Also, Mickey Mouse, the original Steamboat Mickey Mouse, that is now public domain. There's going to be a horror movie on that. There was a Grinch one that came out in 2022. It was actually playing in theaters when I came to visit Greenville, South Carolina. And I did not go see it, thank God. But yeah, they're starting to do this, and I think they're making a sequel this year to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I will say the idea of this movie is interesting enough. The idea that Christopher Robin ditched them to go get a life and all of a sudden come back and Pooh starts killing him and starting to kill him and blah, 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 and people. But there is just some really stupid things. I mean, oh my God, are some things stupid. Like, the dumbest horror movie tropes of all time. Just even dumber than dumber. Like, just let it go. Like, you know, one of the friends screams, clearly captured. What are we going to do? Well, let's go over there and let's scream that she's been captured in front of the person that's killing them, killing their friend. Good God, why would you scream? Just get out of there. Your friend's dead. Bye-bye. Let's go. You know, just all this stupid crap. People needing to, you know, good God. Run, people. Just run. Get out of there. Just get out of there. Come with a freaking SWAT team, and then you can take them down. I get it. These people are, this bear, that bear is not a bear. It's clearly a person in a mask with some gloves on. Just, good God, the characters were nothing. I didn't care about Christopher Robin at all. It's like, good, let him die. And then half of what Christopher Robin says is, Pooh, why? Pooh, man, I thought we were friends. You're my friend, Pooh, I'm sorry. Blah. It's just so stupid. This movie was so obnoxiously annoying, and I don't want to see a sequel. I really don't. But you know what? That video got some views on YouTube. I might just have to go see it. It's going to kill me to go see it, but it might be what I have to do, and I hate myself for it. But yeah. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, it's just such a dumb movie. It's so bad. It's so outrageously bad. I don't know how this movie, it's just, good God. I don't know how anybody agreed to doing this movie. At the same time, I did like the premise. I will say that. At the same time, it's an interesting enough idea, but boy, was it executed creepily. And it looks like that knife is about to stab me, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Boo, no, why, my friend? Yeah. Better acting in this entire movie, too. I'm an amazing actor compared to this movie. Yeah, this movie was so bad. So bad. I just can't believe how bad it was. It's terrible. And that's my number one worst movie of the 2023 anyway, not this year. We're only just starting this year. So yeah, guys, 2023 in all for a year for me was interesting. I think we got a lot more movies than we did really bad movies, which is a positive. At the same time, we want some really good movies. And part of the reason why it has taken me a while to get out these top 10s is because I'm really struggling to put together my top 10. There's a lot of movies that I'm like, I really don't want that in my top 10, but at the same time, I don't have any other movies to put in my top 10. Which we'll talk about soon enough. I'm hoping to maybe get that done this weekend. I need a couple days just to figure it out, because these are longer videos. This is a lot more stuff I've put together. So, yeah, guys, that is the end of my top 10 worst movies 2023. Comment down below. Tell me what movies you thought were some of the worst. I did not get to see them all. So that's another thing I should point out. I did not see all the bad movies that came out in 2023. Some of them I just actively avoided. Some of them, like this one, I just watched because I was like, I need to at least have seen 100 movies that came out in 2023. And I was also looking at movies that I had watched. I was like, I haven't seen any crap movies this year. I've been avoiding them. Start watching them. Boy, is it suck. So yeah, guys, I hope you have yourself a great night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, including watching really bad movies like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.